Hey, good morning, and it's been a while. It's been a long while since we played Madden 22, and we're back. Had some issues that I had to deal with personally, but I am back. I don't know if I'll be able to get back to the same schedule that I was at before, so I do apologize. I am going to try to continue my franchises here, and we will just move forward and see what we can do. First thing I did was I traded Brandon Graham from the Eagles to the Kansas City Chiefs. He was on the last year of his contract. He's in the mid-30s, and I got a tight end because I only had two tight ends, and I wanted a third tight end, and basically moved up in the draft a little bit from the fourth round to the third round, which I feel that I'll get better value, basically for down the line. So that's what I did. So it's like defensively, I might be a little worse, and I might be a little worse for wear, but I feel like we can actually handle it. We can handle the loss of. We can handle the loss of him. I wrote at Houston. We're actually at home today, but I'll be changing that on the header and everything. So those of you watching on YouTube, you're not actually going to ever notice it. It's never going to actually be a problem. So we made this trade, and let's get going.
It's Madden NFL 22 on EA Sports, and today's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the Texans and the Eagles, and it comes your way next.
Opened back in 2003, have a look at the link. Lincoln Financial Field, where 70,000 are rocking and ready to go in Philadelphia. Just a short time ago, these Philly fans in full roar as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. Pyrotechnics ablaze. They're set to go as their Eagles will match up with the Houston Texans. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Eagles team as they interplay here. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Texans, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes that actually works to your advantage. Now you've got to band together your team, the us against the world mentality. Let's see if they can use it and get a victory.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The second-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
And for how good he is throwing the ball, it's his running that makes him so dangerous. He had a couple of touchdowns on the ground in last week's game, so we'll see what they dial up for him for this one.
They will run for the first time with Miles Sanders. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. The numbers for Sanders last week, 1 rushing touchdown, yes, but look at the rushing yards. He was up near 200.
The one phrase I'd use to describe that performance, he carved up that defense.
On 2nd and 7, Hurts eluding the pressure right.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so When they're that high-powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. So, Charles, you talk about this head coach and his future with this franchise. Look, it's been a frustrating year, and I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier in the week.
Yeah, he's trying to say all the right things, isn't he? But he's heard the rumors. He knows what's going on out there. And right now, he is tired of having to answer the question, are you on the hot seat in every meeting with reporters? This week, he kind of said, I've had enough, and I don't blame him. He looks like a guy that may very well be out the door.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Here's Hurts to throw. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end Goddard. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Now Cobb to return. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Out comes Deshaun Watson, ready to captain the ship here for this Houston offense.
I love just about everything about him. Love his game, love his makeup, love his moxie. One of my favorite words. This guy's a competitor. Gritty, tough, you name it, he's got it. But he did throw an interception in last week's game. That contributed to a loss, and despite the fact he threw 3 touchdown passes, he's going to be out there redoubling his efforts and trying to play better.
Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Watson. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
From the gun, here's Watson. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. It was Von Miller who shot in there to get him down.
The competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week. We just saw their first one of this game.
Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. Now it's Watson. He's going to air one out. And that's caught inside the 35. And he is finally out of bounds all the way down at the 30. A huge play there for Houston.
A very early momentum changer there. Actually a dream killer for the defense because they forced a 3rd down. Felt like they had a good chance to get off the field defensively, and then they got hit with that big play.
So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Lindsey now off the read option. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. A look at the numbers a week ago for Lindsey. 20 carries, 52 yards.
And I'm eager to see how they deploy him in this game. Last week, a heavy workload. Do they decide to bring that down a little bit and try and keep him fresh? Or do they say, guess what? He's locked in. Keep handing him the football.
Watson's throw taken in there by Cooks. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. Well, this defense for the Eagles, they were terrific a week ago in that win over Detroit.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized.
Open man is Cooks. He's got it. Touchdown, Texans. Brandon Cooks, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Texans have taken the early lead. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And it's now a 7-0 game. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And the result, a Houston touchdown. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their 2nd drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trite expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
And this is going to be an Eagles first down as the tackle made here at the 36. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40. You know, you're following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under. CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brandon, because you actually have to do the opposite of what you would think. You know, in your mind, you're thinking, I redouble my efforts, I go harder. In a sense, you have to back off a little bit. You have to do a little bit less. Do what you're supposed to do, but don't take on the pressures of doing more and trying to do your teammates' jobs as well. If you do that, that's really going to lead you to more issues.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 49-yard line. Hurts a handoff to Sanders. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. He was brought down by Kamu Grugier-Hill. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. Open man is Goddard, the tight end. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. 12 yards on back-to-back plays there, and that's another first down.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
On first down, it's Sanders. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They go play action with Hurts. That's swung out wide to Sanders. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10.
Well, they'll use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. They'll run with Sanders. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this 1st quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Now 2nd quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Play action. Here's Hurts. Rolling to his left. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Jalen Hurts with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying this thing up. They were looking to pass the ball there, but they forgot to account for the man with the football.
Yeah, I can hear people right now saying, well, why don't you have a spy in your defense, someone who will dance with him and go where he goes? Well, oftentimes if you utilize a spy, you've taken away someone in coverage as well. And oftentimes, the spy, not as athletic as the guy he's trying to keep up with, so he gets defeated anyway.
And he turns 3rd and goal into a touchdown. Elliott good on the extra point, and we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told, and it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now Deshaun Watson and his offense heading back out there. And he had the touchdown on the last drive, also 4 for 4. Very, very effective. What does he need to do to translate that forward into this drive?
Not think that what he saw in coverages last time is exactly what he's going to get again. He's got to play ahead and start thinking to himself, okay, we just did that. What are they going to take away now? What do we go to as a counter? And continue to encourage his offensive line to continue to give him time.
They were really good on the last drive. On 1st down, it's Watson. He finds Randall Cobb with a completion. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A huge play there for Houston.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Here's Watson. He gets it to Cooks. Touchdown! Brandon Cooks with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Texans have taken the lead. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Now it's Hopkins to add the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. From the 6. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Now back to work for Miles Sanders in the Philly offense. First month of the season, those numbers pretty solid. Does he continue that?
I think so, because when you come out of the gate this strong, that means that you have planned for it and you like the results that you're getting. So I wouldn't have any doubt that the head coach, offensive coordinator, actually called him in and said, look, you're our guy, okay? We're going to continue to stick with this as long as we're winning games. You ready for the challenge? And then they presented it to the rest of the team. I think we'll see plenty of that as this season moves on.
And I'm sure he said challenge accepted. Right back to Sanders on first down. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. 61 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
On second down, it's Sanders. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line.
Well, if they continue to run the football this strong, right up the middle, I don't know if they can wait till halftime to make adjustments. They better find a way to get it done series to series. I don't know if they need to sub some guys out, bring in extra people, maybe change what they're doing on the defensive side of the ball. But right now, they're running the ball very well right at them and right up the middle.
Hurts gets this to Sanders. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
And he's brought down after a very nice game.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. Sanders is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You have 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop them.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
Elliott on for the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it was Miles Sanders who finished it off with a touchdown run. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Houston's offense taking over again. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match than a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Faking the give. Now Watson. That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Good hands there defensively, and it's second down. Well, prior to that, he had hit his first 6 passes to start the game, so on a nice little run to begin.
It feels like this offense has carried its dress rehearsal into the game, you know, because you do practice it, you do go through it, and in this case, it is clicking exactly like they drew it up.
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus, and indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down.
Right up to that point, I was about to say he's had a pretty good half catching the football, but let's just be honest about it. He should have caught that one.
And he knows that. That was one right in his breadbasket and one he normally catches. On second down, a run with Lindsey. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with Lindsey. Oh, good move. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. Back to throw, Watson. That is taken in by Hurst. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Hayden Hurst, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Texans have broken the tie. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
Here's Hopkins now for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. 5 plays there on that drive, and it results in the Texans finding the end zone. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Now back to work for Miles Sanders in the Philly offense. Now he's having himself a little bit of a banner game. His team right now, though, losing.
Needs a little bit of help, and I kind of equate it to a basketball game where you have the big score, and sometimes your strategy is, okay, he can go ahead and have all of his points. Let's hold down everyone else, and that's the way you win the game. And right now, he needs everyone else to start scoring, quote-unquote, as he's been.
Yeah, and he's hoping to keep it close so maybe they can keep it on the ground, not start to go through the air as much. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible. So I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope, and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
Hurts throw here taken in as he's able to find Goddard. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
It's a second down run with Sanders. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Now Sanders. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. Second and 6.
And with that run, he's already at 100 yards here before halftime. So if he sees the same kind of action in the second half, he could be on his way to a career game.
On second down now, it's Sanders. And he'll get maybe a couple before he's taken down, as that will take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for a first. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 25-yard line. Hurts. Dancing to his left. Rager catches it left side. And they'll get this down to the 10. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10. Throwing is Hurts. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And here he'll get it down to the 7. The Eagles hustling to the line, clock rolling. Looking to throw again on second down. Hurts. Toward the pylon, caught. Touchdown, Eagles. Dallas Goedert, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Eagles are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes, because that's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far, and fun to watch. Elliott good with a PAT, and we are tied here in the second quarter. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Texans with the football here late in this first half. And they've got just under 50 seconds, so time enough to try to work their way downfield if they so choose. On
first down. Watson. Throw left side, caught by the tight end, Hurst. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Out of the gun, Watson. Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a big 6 TD.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Elliott now to have the extra point. And it's good. That makes it a 28-21 game. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Set to take over again, Deshaun Watson and this Texans offense. And he's been pretty good, and we see some of his good play, but I guess maybe he needs to be a little bit better right now. They're down.
He does look good in the spotlight, though, doesn't he? He does look good in the highlights, but that's not what truly matters. And right now, as a team, they've got to figure out what it's going to take to get back into the lead. He has to continue to play well, has to keep rallying the offense. The defense has got to pick things up a little bit. And I don't think there's much animosity between the two sides. On the really good teams, both take accountability and try and figure out how they can do more to get their team on top.
Yeah, well, he's doing his part. He's been good. Watson's throw into the hands of Cobb. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Watson. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now, just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Watson. Looking sideline, incomplete.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense, and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
Again, it's Watson. He's letting it fly for Cooks. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And the Eagles are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And maybe a chance for a quick completion and then a long field goal try. We'll see. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. They'll throw now on the final play. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he's caught at the 10-yard line. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And they extend their lead, a little added cushion into the lockers. What a way to finish.
Tremendous way. That's momentum that they carry in with them. Can they convert it and bring it back out to start the third quarter?
Elliott on for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, let's take a look around the NFL here on this first Sunday of October. We'll start over in Texas at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Ezekiel Elliott, well over 100 yards on the ground with a pair of touchdown runs. From there, we slide over to the desert to check on the Cardinals at home in Glendale, and they lead the visiting LA Chargers at halftime. Kyler Murray with 2 first-half touchdown passes. Finally, let's get to Indianapolis to check on the Colts at home at Lucas Oil Stadium. And they were losers in their ball game as they fall to the visiting Washington football team. Marcus Mariota, excellent in the victory as his guys moved to 3-1 after 4 games. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats for the Texans in that first half. And it's been the passing game that's been the story. They have feasted on this secondary to the tune of 200-plus yards already through 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half. With both of these offenses having their way, it's not likely they'll need to be doing a whole lot at halftime. But the defenses are definitely in need of some adjusting. And for the call of the second half, let's go back out to Brandon and Charles.
Yeah, Coach, certainly no shortage of action in those first 2 quarters. Definitely got to work on my touchdown calls, so we'll see how much voice I have left for the second half here. The Texans down on the scoreboard, but they do get the first crack here as we are back underway in the second half. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Deshaun Watson of the Texans offense trot back out there. And he's had some time to chew on that interception he threw on his last drive back in the first half.
Well, normally we say, well, get him right back out on the field and play again, right? But as you mentioned, at the halftime, had to stew about it a little bit. Maybe he'll have a chance to relax a little, kind of laugh and chuckle and let it go.
He'll hope to respond positively here to start the third quarter. Second half starts with a run by Lindsey. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here's Watson. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
Going with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. They've allowed them to disrupt the play.
Screen pass to Lindsey. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Good open field tackling there. A 50-yard punt followed by just a 1-yard return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. So here are the Eagles to take over. Last week, good result. They were able to beat the Detroit Lions, and now they are on the good side of the scoreboard right now as well. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. They'll start with a handoff to Sanders. 111 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. Good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
2nd down, back to Sanders. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Now we've got whistles, and the man slow to get up here is Jones. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside.
Ouch, he's leaving the game, which means he's gone for the rest of the day. That's going to hurt.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
Hate to see that.
They'll run. It's Sanders. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Hurts. Throw left side complete. That's Sanders. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that'll make it 3rd down.
Well, sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play.
And you can just see that whole play developing. That's where, as a defender, you just lock in on your target and say, I'm not even thinking about breaking stride. I'm running straight for the belt buckle because where it goes, that's where you find his body, and he's able to get in there and make a great play.
And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a 1st down.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Sanders. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31. Now, after that last running play, we've got an offensive lineman down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside.
Holy cow, another one down. What the heck is going on today? That's 2 linemen out.
Now a carry for Sanders. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Hurts to throw. He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete. And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. It used to be occasional, right, safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Flush to his right. This is Smith with a grab. Touchdown! Devontae Smith His second touchdown on the season. And the Eagles had 6 to their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Elliott now to add the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns and 21 points. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it was capped off by an Eagles touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Now on the return here, we've got an injured player down there. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back.
Okay, that's the third player that's gone to the locker room today. 2 offensive linemen, and I think he's a defensive back. But, man, the injuries are really piling up in today's game. This is not what we'd like to see today. It's too early in the season for this.
Ready to go here for their next drive. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. To throw is Watson. This one complete to the running back, Lindsey. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up 3rd.
And that's all about recognition right there, because he's got to go from pass rush mode to pursuit mode, where defensive line coaches like to call retracing. And he's able to retreat and make the tackle for just a short gain.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson.
Oh, no! I screwed that up totally. That was totally on me. All I had to do is I could hit the triangle button, and that would have been an interception and gone the other way. Wow. That is so annoying. I mean, look at this. Look at him sitting under. It was all he had to do is hit triangle, and it's an interception. But instead, I let the ball go over my head. That is totally my bad.
And he does right there, picking up excellent real estate after the catch.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the catch on the next-gen stats.
Hopkins with the extra point, and the lead will be cut down to 14. The drive there only spanning 3 plays, and the result, a Houston touchdown.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. Now back to work for Miles Sanders in the Philly offense.
He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together for you. Big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably gotten some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
151 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. The previous run good for 9. Here's second and a yard. And to give this time to the tailback. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
This may be stupid, but I'm just going to go for it here.
Going for it.
Oh, man.
Sanders has it pumped free. And the Texans scoop it. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. And the aggressive play call simply does not work out. You're on your own side of the field here. Punt it, right?
Yeah, I would agree with that. There's a time for analytics and a time for being aggressive, but not with this field position. There's also a time for good old football 101 sense.
Yeah.
Punt it away. Let your defense take over with.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Watson now to throw.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. Now it's Watson. Flushed out right. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And finally taken down at the 15.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quit in him.
Zero.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Here's a give to Lindsey. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
Well, it's not time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now Watson. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Milton Williams gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front.
Well, no takes to start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we play 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Texans on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. Here's Watson. His throw caught at about the 5. And the Texans are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
Lindsey. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
Every team we ever talk to that continues to run the ball in a game, even when they haven't had much success, all talks about attrition, don't they? If you keep running it, eventually good things are likely to happen. It's been a hard go in this game today, hasn't it?
Yeah, this defense, they've met pretty much every challenge in front of them this afternoon. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Jalen Richard, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Texans have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
Well, Brandon, he just followed his nose, and his nose took him to the end zone. But how about the big guys up front? Give him at least a stalemate in order to find that space.
Yeah, the O-line won the battle in the trenches there, didn't they? On is Hopkins now for the extra point. And now to a touchdown. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it ends on the Jalen Richard touchdown run. Fulton Hopkins will kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
They start on the ground here at Sanders. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. From the 39, Hurts. That's swung out wide to Sanders. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
They'll run on 1st down. Sanders. Boy, 179 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the 4th quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand. They're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball?
Off the play fake, here's Hurts. It's caught by Sanders. And he's got this down to the 35.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
On first down, Hurts. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. He didn't, so it's incomplete. Boy, that one really could have turned this thing upside down. On second down, it's Sanders. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts. Buying time to his left. That'll be caught. It's Rager. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the fourth quarter.
So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
41's the mark. 41's the mark. Check, 41. Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
They'll try to run with Sanders. And he will take this one in for an Eagle touchdown. Miles Sanders with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Eagles are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. And that's certainly an important touchdown there and makes this a 2-score game.
But as we've seen, no lead is safe in this one with the way these two offenses have lit up the scoreboard. I would imagine that on their sidelines, they're both yelling at their defenses, hey, you want to get involved here? One big play from you, that could win the game for us.
Elliott on for the extra point. And the lead is up to 14. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it was Miles Sanders who finished it off with a touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Watson on a slant. Here's Collins. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? Watson's throw taken in there by Cooks. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. But correct me if I'm wrong, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Javon Hargrave coming right up the gut, gets in there for a loss of 9. Throwing on 2nd and long. Watson.
This is, what the hell?
Under pressure, they got him again. Javon Hargrave.
That was absolutely nuts. I couldn't see anything.
2nd sack of the afternoon.
Okay, let's go back.
I don't care that I lose connection to the EA servers.
What's that old
not saying...
Shouldn't disturb me from playing an offline game. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
I don't know why EA has to be so crappy like this. Thankfully, our defense made a good play.
Need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? Looking to throw. Watson lets it fly deep for Cobb. And now Watson throws another interception. Picked off by Dante Hightower. And the Eagles force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. This spot in the 4th quarter with that deficit, had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And I'm just killing clock. Don't care about anything else except for running the ball. It's a 2-touchdown lead.
Another run here with Sanders. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
Now we're at over 200 yards rushing. That's incredible.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. On 2nd down now. It's Sanders. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Hurts a handoff to Sanders. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46. And now with 1:52 to go, we got another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively.
This is the game. I mean, they can't do anything now.
Yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
They have one timeout.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he is tackled inside.
And that's a first down.
Quite to the 35.
So that kills the game.
Texans get a signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
Yeah, it's QB kneel time. Because if they have no timeouts, they can't stop the clock, so it's over.
In hand, the offense takes the knee. The Eagles in the victory formation as they take a knee.
Okay, we just needed to get to 40 seconds, and then we can kneel it, and one more time, and it's over.
The Eagles in the victory formation as they take a knee.
And with that kneel down at the end of the game, partner, They now get to 3-1. This is a good football team we saw in this game.
It is indeed getting to 2 games above 500, and I know early on, while they said they wanted to win every game, they thought they would be solid with a 3-1 start, and here they are.
Yeah, you break your schedule up almost into quarters, every 4 games, and assess 3-1. Any team would take that.
We'll go for this field goal. I mean, there's no reason not to. Worst comes to worst, we miss it.
And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over. But Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So that was a big victory.
Eagles, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they will hit the road next week to take on the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for the Texans, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Cleveland to take on the Browns.
So until next time, this is David B69, and I'm out. Hurts only had 1 incomplete pass the entire game, which is insane. It's like Sanders had 230 yards rushing on 40 attempts. So we did really well. Really happy. Sanders had 7 receptions out of the backfield. Goddard had 5 receptions. It's like Rager had 3 receptions. Smith had 3 receptions. I mean, I'm keeping it balanced and moving around, so I really don't complain. I had 35 points in the second quarter. That's what dominated. Mainly with turnovers was what really did it. I mean, we had 2 interceptions, and it really it dominated. And we had that 45-yard touchdown pass at the end of the half that basically really just helped bring this game to an end in the first half. So anyway, until next time, this is David B69. See you next time. Bye-bye.